Alright, so welcome to my review of the unlocked jailbroken iPhone. We're going to talk a little bit about the phone itself and a lot about what it means to unlock and jailbreak it. As you can see, my iPhone runs on T-Mobile, not AT&T. I should mention that while I've had no problems with my unlocked phone, unlocking or jailbreaking your iPhone will technically void the warranty, so you're at your own risk here. Now on to the phone itself. My favorite thing about the iPhone is the screen. The hardened glass is tough as nails. It's the only high-end phone I've ever had that I didn't put in a case or put a screen protector on. The back's a little dinged up, but that's because I dropped it from about 6 feet onto a concrete sidewalk. But the screen is perfect. I don't use a case, I stick it in my pocket, I make sure not to put my keys in the same pocket as the phone, but that's about it. It's incredibly high res, it looks gorgeous, and the multi-touch touchscreen is really great. So thumbs up to Apple for the hardware design. Also, as everybody knows, it's got a great web browser and a great iPod built into it. So it's really a multimedia computer that happens to also be a phone. On the downside, first of all, the stupid recessed headphone jack doesn't work with my favorite headphones. See, my Ultimate Ears Super Pro 5, which sound amazing, they don't fit. Luckily, other companies have started making phones that do fit, like these Etymotic Research HF2, which sound amazing. But still, it's really annoying. I don't understand why Apple just didn't make the headphone jack flush mounted to the phone. Would have avoided a lot of problems. Also, for as great as the web browser is, it doesn't support Flash. So I can't play my friend Doug's game Schoolyard Bully here on College Boom. Kind of a drag. Hopefully Apple and Adobe will get that sorted out. Okay, and one more con about iPhone for right now. The widescreen keyboard is only available in web browsing mode. I'd like to have the option to use widescreen when I'm writing text messages and emails. That's something I think Apple could easily implement in the next software release. Alright, so let's talk about jailbreaking and unlocking. Jailbreaking means that you free your iPhone up so that you can install third-party software applications on it and not be limited to only the software that Apple releases. Unlocking means you unlock the phone from AT&T and then you can use it with any GSM carrier, including AT&T, but also T-Mobile in the US, Rogers up in Canada, and a whole host of GSM networks around the world. iPhone will not work with Verizon or Sprint in the US because they use CDMA, not GSM. My iPhone was unlocked and jailbroken using a Mac software application called ZPhone. It's something that somebody much smarter than me wrote. It's really easy. You download it, you install it, you hook your iPhone up, you press a few buttons, and now it's unlocked, running on T-Mobile as you can see, and I have access to a program called installer.app, which you're looking at right now. Installer is basically an online repository of all kinds of programs that non-Apple software developers have made for iPhone. So there's freeware, there's shareware, games, multimedia stuff, productivity, wallpapers, themes, all kinds of things. So right now what you're looking at is me using Installer to download and install a program called Labyrinth, which is kind of a neat game that I'll show you in a second. It works over Wi-Fi. I think it works over Edge also, but you want to be hooked up to Wi-Fi. And again, once you've got it installed, you always have access to all these new programs to make your iPhone even better. It's kind of like what Apple's doing with the App Store, which is going to come out in September. But with a jailbroken iPhone, you can do it now. So now you can see I've got a whole bunch of programs on my phone, and there's Labyrinth, which I just installed. Labyrinth's a pretty cool game in that it uses the built-in accelerometer. So basically, you're trying to guide this marble around the maze without falling into the holes. And instead of using buttons, you just tilt the iPhone back and forth and up and down. All kinds of other applications are available through Installer app. You can see here I've installed some speed dial contacts on my iPhone, something iPhone can't do out of the box. There's also this cool program called iFlix that lets you manage your Netflix queue right from your iPhone. There are a ton of shareware and freeware games available, like GemLogic, which is basically Bejeweled with a different name. There are also a bunch of applications to give iPhone features that really it should have had in the beginning. So there's Swirly MMS that lets you do picture messaging, and there's Apollo IM that lets you do instant messaging. There are applications to let you upload your photos to Flickr, to let you swap music with other people, and then there's kind of crazy stuff, like this virtual guitar that lets you tap out tunes on the iPhone screen. Camera Pro adds a bunch of functionality to iPhone's camera, including different image settings, preferences, a burst shoot mode, and even zoom. And then there's Photo Board, which might not be all that useful or practical, but it's one of my favorite applications for iPhone. This basically lets you pretend that you're Tom Cruise in Minority Report, minus all the gossip and Scientology. You can view photos on the phone, and you can zoom them and twist them and move them around. And then you can add another photo. And before long, you'll have a whole stack of photos on your screen. And, you know, I don't really know what you're going to do with it, but it sure does look cool. So really, if you've got an iPhone, it's worth it to look into jailbreaking. There's a whole world of stuff out there that your iPhone can do if you let it. Yeah, you might void your warranty, but it's easy to do, and there's a bunch of people online who'll help you fix it if you do break it. And oh yeah, the other nice thing about running an unlocked iPhone on T-Mobile, I can get on the internet for just $6 a month instead of the $20 a month that AT&T charges. Until next time, this is Noah from Phone Dog, wishing you happy hacking.